All right, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour. Actually, let's go to the 4 hour real quick. So we are in this range. Your RSI right now, which is a momentum oscillator, judges bullish and bearish momentum. Also, the MACD is also a momentum oscillator. BBWP measures volatility. All right, so your RSI is above the signal line, trying to get out of the bearish control zone right now. We need to stay above 21,200 in order to stay above that signal line. MACD, positive momentum is trying to increase. We'll find out. Strong upside curvature on the MACD. Also need to stay above 21,120. So basically 21,200 in confluence with rising above, continuing to rise above. To 19,800 is where we're going to cross the signal line to the downside. We need to get all the way above 24,266 in order to cross that zero line. So highly unlikely that we're going to do that anytime soon. What's more important is which way we break this range. Who's going to win out of the bears and bulls? Right now we're being held down by the 21 on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour. We'll talk about the bullish and bearish case. All right, so you're in the neutral median zone right now. Bitcoin's pretty neutral. You are above that signal line. You need to stay above 21,400 in order to stay above that signal line. So not too far away, we could cross this signal line. If we do cross that signal line and break these moving averages, that's not going to look good. BBWP has fallen below its moving average, working its way down, contracting into the lower zone. All right, so basically we could stay in this range. Don't trust your moving averages right now. They're multi-crossovers because those things will fake you out in a range. You are above it right now. Your 21 and your 50 did cross your 100. But, I mean, as you can see here, these moving averages will fake you out. So, but if we break the top of the range and those fan out, that's going to be a different story. It could probably lead us up to 22,400. This purple zone and this 200 SMA. Right now, your MACD, pretty fresh cross of the zero line, but your net positive momentum is waning as your MACD line curls over. You need to stay above 21.4. You need to get above, well, you need to stay above basically right where we're at right now in order to continue rising above. You need to stay above 21,138 in order to stay above that signal line, and the MACD or the zero line's coming in at 2760. So if we can stay above there, we'll stay above the signal line. Right now, the line in the sand for me is this last low at 2,900. If we break 2,900, I do think we break the bottom of the range. I do think we head down to 19K and those last big lows, which are down here. Yeah, down here to 18 to 19K. And that's if we break the bottom of the range. I do think we would head down to there. Like I said, if we can break the top of the range, I think we come up to the 200. Probably get some sort of rejection from there. But if we can get above this purple zone, I do think we would work our way up to the POC point of control here on the right of your VPVR. So definitely watch this range. Like who's going to win right now? That's what we're looking for. So your BBWP on the 4 hours very low. So whenever this thing turns around and crosses its moving average, that's when the move's going to happen. So pay attention to your momentum when that happens on the 1 hour and the 4 hour for that matter. But right now on the 1 hour, you're pretty neutral. So I would expect us to continue to consolidate until we break the top or the bottom of this range. Actually, the top of the range or this last low. If we do break that low, the momentum's going to be bearish by that time. So I do think that would cascade us below this bottom of the range. All right, so pretty short update on Bitcoin. It's all about who wins, whether it's the bears or the bulls right now, and which way we break the range. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum is also in a range, but your RSI is working its way up to the bullish control zone. You will have bearish divergence if this is a confirmed high and you get down back below 1624. That will validate the bearish divergence. On your MACD, pretty fresh retest of the signal line, pretty fresh cross of the zero line. This does look constructive right here. Pretty strong upside curvature. BBWP, although, is falling below its moving average, as your RSI is still in the neutral median zone. It is above its signal line, though. Now, here on Ethereum, you do have a multi-crossover right here, but remember, it's in the range. So if we can stay above these moving averages at basically 1600 and the top of this purple zone, that's going to look pretty good. Now, if we break this purple zone at 1564, I do think that would lead us down to 1300. That would also imply that this MACD crosses that signal line to the downside, starts cascading your momentum down, and your RSI crosses its signal line to the downside as your BBWP gets back above its moving average. So watch your BBWP once again. We are being held up by the POC point of control on the VPVR. So if we break that, I think we come back down to 1609 where these moving averages are. If we break the moving averages, I think we come down to 1565 where this last low is. Now, if we break this purple zone, like I said, 1300's in the cards. All right, and we need to break out the top of the range at 1655 in order to work our way up to 1700. And then after that, it would be 1736. Then our last breakdown point right here at 1800. I don't really think we get past 1800. I mean, there's a big chance that this is redistribution as well. We could have a fake out. Could have a fake out up to 1700 and then crack back down. A lot of this depends on what Bitcoin's going to do. Let's move on to Solana. Solana has made a higher high and a higher low, finally reversing the trend, but it did this before. All right, so if we don't get back above $37, this don't mean shit. Right now, your RSI is in the neutral median zone. Trying to cross that signal line to the downside, we're going to find out whether this is a retest on this current tick or whether it's a cross to the downside. MACD curling over. Positive momentum is decreasing. You are above the signal line and the zero line right now. So if this is a retest and resumption, I do think we could break this last high at 36.15. But like I said, it's all about whether we break this last high at $37. BBWP is falling below its moving average. So we could consolidate here for a minute. We are being held up by the 21 and the top of this purple zone. If we break this purple zone at 34.20, next zone is 31.50 region. If we can break the 100, I do think we could at least come up to this last high at 36.11 and 36.16 actually, and then work our way up and see if we can make a higher high. Now, if we make a lower high at $37, that's not going to look good. I would expect a rejection and a fall below this purple zone. That would also imply that your MACD does cross the signal line in the zero line to the downside as your RSI crosses the neutral median line and confirms its cross of the signal line as your BBWP crosses its moving average. Once again, watch your BBWP. Always watch your BBWP if you are wanting to make a nice swing trade, especially when it's at a low region. You want to watch for it to cross that moving average and especially get up into that upper zone. That's when the move is, that's when the volatility is really going to happen. Let's move on to, oh, no, that's it. And by the way, if you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, and one being the Discord. So back to Bitcoin right here. Like I said, break top of the range, go to the 200, 22,400. 2,900 is the level to watch. If we break that, I think we break the range lows and come down to 1,900, 19K. All right, so everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.